Welcome everyone to the Art of Inspiration podcast. Today we're going to talk about mastery. When I was in 7th grade, everyone had a speech that we had to memorize. I chose the Gettysburg Address. I didn't know it at the time, but when I was giving that speech, I kind of felt this funny feeling, and when I was done, it really felt awesome. So I didn't know it at the time, but that feeling that I had truly meant something to me. You have two choices in life. You can either live life on your terms. You can do the things that you want to do, take vacations when you want to take a vacation. You can have the job that you always wanted to have. You can do what you love for a living, or you can have someone else architect your life for you, meaning you have a job that you don't necessarily like. You go on vacation when your job says it's okay. Make sure that you don't get sick too much because you might run out of sick days, and you truly never get to live life on your terms. So you have one of two choices. I feel that myself, I'm a very grateful person, but even sometimes I kind of get down on myself because I love my job, I'm grateful for what I do. But this is what I truly love. I truly love talking to people. I love motivating people. And when I get down on myself a little bit, two things I think about right away. Number one, always be grateful. It's all about the journey. It's not where you end up. You have to be grateful for the things that you have now. And number two, if you want to be an architect of your own life, then you have to absolutely 1000% be a master of the thing that you want to do. You want to be a photographer, you better master photography. If you want to be a great actor, then you better master acting. And if you want to be a great speaker, like I want to be, then you have to master that craft. When I was younger, I had so many ideas of different things that I wanted to do. They were all good ideas, but I truly never followed through on any of them, mainly because I really didn't know which path was going to end up to success. The other part of it was that I was unwilling to put in the work to become a master at whatever it is that I was setting off to do. When I talk about becoming a master, I'm talking about truly enveloping every piece of what it is that you want to do. And I feel that the pieces of it that I enveloped were the hype, the idea. I would get this great idea in my head, it would excite me, I would talk about it, and then I would just kind of fizzle down. I would spend time just drinking beers with my friends and having some wings and talking about how I was going to be this great this or this great that, and never truly followed through, because when push came to shove, I never really wanted to put in the hard work, and I didn't have the grit to follow through and truly become a master. Now, let me go back a little bit. I started this podcast by talking about the Gettysburg Address. I did that very purposefully because that time, while I didn't know it, that feeling that I had, it's the same feeling that I get now when I give a speech or I give a podcast and I see the emotion that I put into somebody. So while I didn't know it over 20 years ago, that speech that I still memorize to this day, I feel like that was truly my calling. And what I've done now is I've chosen to become a master at what I do. I listen to speeches every night. I listen to speeches when I wake up. I become obsessed, literally obsessed with the art of talking. And my family's always known me for having the gift of gab, but being able to talk to someone and being able to give a truly articulate speech are two completely different skill sets. So I've become completely obsessed with being able to give an amazing speech to someone. Not only give someone an amazing speech, but a speech that's truly going to inspire someone. And I listen to speeches and how simply changing up your tempo and the tone of your voice can have a dramatic effect on the people in front of you. I study this day out and day in, day out, and I'm just completely 100% obsessed with it. And whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that for a living. You can take that and you can be the best at it, but you need to become 1000% obsessed with it. The first thing I will tell you is that there's somebody else out there in this world who's probably done something similar to what you want to do. I always say we have the opportunity to stand on the shoulders of giants. You can take what someone else did in a decade and compress that into 2 years. If you study every move that they made, learn where they failed, learn where they went wrong, and then take that and put your own spin on it. You never want to be like anyone else. But when you have the opportunity to stand on the shoulder of a giant, you do it. And you have to practice deliberately every single day. If you want to be an actor, a photographer, if you want to be in sports, the people who are the most elite at what they do in life have the most ridiculous work ethic. So if you want to get to where you want to go, don't become a master excuse artist. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the right connections. That's all bullshit. What you need to become a master at is your craft. And I guarantee you 1,000% that if you become a master at your craft, there is absolutely nothing in this planet that is going to stand between you and where you want to go. So you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to have the life that you've always dreamed about. But you got to put in the work, you got to put in the time, and you got to put in the effort. So what are you going to do with your one life? You got one shot at this. Are you going to look back when you're 60 years old or however many years from now and you're going to say you didn't live life on your terms? Or will you put down every single excuse that you have in your mind right now and go master your craft? The choice is up to you. But I guarantee you, you master your craft, there is no mountain, there is no storm, there is nothing in this world that's going to stand between you and where you want to go. I'm choosing to master my craft, and I hope every single one of you comes with me. I'll see you guys at the top. Stay inspired.